What is public finance? Public finance is a branch of economy that deals with the government activity and the various sources of financing expenditure. It deals with the government revenue, expenses, and debt, as well as its impact on the entire economy. Public finance is the approach to managing the public funds in the country's economy that play the most important role in the development and growth of the nation, both domestic and internationally. It also affects every stakeholder of the country, whether a citizen or not. A public audit is an independent appraisal process often governed by statute for examining, investigating, and verifying the finance statement of an organization by a person competently appointed. Public audit is more wide-ranging. That is the private sector that encover the examination of and reporting on performance and value the money issue. Public audit has an important contribution to the recovery and renewal of public service. Public audit is an important link in the chain of accountability. Introduction. In general, public sector auditing can be described as a systematic process of objectively obtaining and evaluating evidence to determine whether information or actual condition conform to established criteria. Public sector auditing is an action in that provide legislative and oversight bodies, those charged with governance, and the general public with information as well as independent and objective assessment concerning the stewardship and performance of government policy, program, and operation. Key stakeholder is the public sector include Parliament, provincial legislator, and their respective community, national and provincial treasuries, executive authorities, municipal council, accounting officer, and the public at large. When auditing in the public sector, it is important to have an understanding of the three different spheres of government: national, provincial, and local, and how they interact with one another. Public sector institutions operate within a complex legislative framework. Therefore, it is important for the public sector auditor to understand the legislation applicable to the institutions they audit. The terms auditor is generally used in this revised guide when referring to the registered auditor from the firms. In certain instances, reference is made to a firm where appropriate. Objective. The public sector audit is a cornerstone for the effective corporate governance. However, its effectiveness largely depends on the scope of audit conduct. In public sector agency, objective public auditing is an important aspect of the governance in Malaysia. The National Audit Department is the governance body that safeguards conduct of public sector auditing in Malaysia, and it is headed by the Auditor General. The role of National Audit Department is ensuring public accountability in Malaysia has existed for over 100 years. The audit covers planning, implementation, and monitoring the company management, including the activity or operational undertaken by the company, with the aim of determining whether the money contributed by the government has been managed and used properly in accordance with the desired objective. Mission and vision. The vision of National Audit Department in Malaysia is being a more independent, professional, and internationally standing audit institution. And for the vision, to conduct audit in a professional manner based on an international audit standard in order to produce quality audit report and to meet the stakeholder need. Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL AISHAH. So, why an ED is conducted? So, auditing can be defined as a systematic check or examination, analysis and evaluation of financial statement, records, operational and administration of an organization to determine adherence to the general principles of accounting, management policies, rules and procedure. So the purpose of an audit is to provide an independent and objective examination of organizations' financial statement, accounting record and internal controls. So the National Audit Department will strengthen its role in conducting audits on the annual financial statement and performance report of public agencies. The National Audit Department will always be sensitive and attentive in carrying out its auditing powers to examine and investigate the management of public money with a focus in the interests of the people and the accountability of government ministries and department for taxpayer money spent. So for that purpose, the National Audit Department will continue to establish cooperation with all parties, including public agency and other related bodies for the well-being of the people and the prosperity of the country. The public trust is the public sector is largely based on the perception of efficiency, reliability and honesty display. Therefore, the public sector needs to operate with competence, trust, honesty and integrity. Government institutions must also be fully responsible for the money spent, and every expenditure must have a positive impact on the life of Malaysians.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Farhan bin Bakar. So I will explain about issue and challenge. The first one is independent and objectivity. By definition, internal auditing is an independent, objective assurance and consulting activity designed to add value and improve an organization operation. It helps the organization accomplish its objective by bringing a systematic, disciplined approach to evaluate the effectiveness of risk management, control and government process. Second issue and challenge is perception and realities. People often ask if an internal audit is necessary. What is the role of the internal auditor? Are audit memos reduced? There are various perceptions about internal audit due to the lack of educational and understanding. If we ask any individual in the client organization whether there is a need of internal audit, nobody knows why there is a need. Some even perceive it is an internal control function. Such misperception and expectation of stakeholders often result in the motivation of internal auditor in the public sector. The third is standard and professional practice. Although there are adequate guideline issued for proper operational of internal audit service like charter, code of ethics manual and localized standard frame for professional practice, emerging issue and challenges are very much prevalent in internal audit. Service in Bhutan conduct in 2019 by international consultant from Institute of Internal Auditor (IIA) in Malaysia revealed that the internal audit service of the public sector still has not achieved some of the international performance standard, but it has tremendous potential to cross level 3 of the international competency model, where level 5 being the highest. The fourth issue and challenge is competency and career paths. The professional competency lies in knowledge, skill and experience in the profession itself. Additional competency like certification, training and mentoring program can also help in building the capacity. However, there are no course or program offered within the country to enhance the capacity of the internal audit profession. Moreover, the future career progression in the profession lies on the demand of client agency for internal audit service. The last one is for issue and challenge is recruitment and retention. Fresh recruitment into the internal audit service without any knowledge about the profession has been one of the greatest challenges both for the client agency as well as incumbent internal auditor. So far, fresh recruit receive only orientation training from their senior, where there is no senior internal auditor. Neither the internal auditor can perform their job responsibility, nor the client agency make use of the service. That's all.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My full name is NURUL SHAHIDA binti SHAHIMI. So related with our e-magazine, today I would like to present the recommendation and the suggestion. So the first one is restrict tenure of the audit committee members, which it is prudent to restrict the tenure of the audit committee board in on corporate organization to avoid the complacency and situation that may endure more control, ownership and entitlement to long-serving member. For instance, currently in Malaysia, there is no stipulation of the audit committee tenure by the authority. The second one is to develop the audit committee's competency. The audit committee's members should be independent of mind and have the necessary skills, experience, personal characteristic, and diversity of thought for the position. They should have the experience, expertise, and intuition to pick up on attempt to manipulate the financial reports. Applying the concept of the fraud triangle theories in identifying the possibility of fraud or financial distress is the third recommendation and suggestion. The audit committee can easily decide the accounting fraud that may occur using the theory of fraud triangles, which is commonly used to describe the criminal behavior in auditing and forensic accounting. A clear understanding of the fraud triangle allowed a company to formulate tactics to better action and minimize fraud effectively. Describe the role and evaluate the performance of the chair of the audit committee is the last suggestion. It is unlikely that an audit committee will be effective without an effective chair. A detailed job description should be available for the chair of the audit committee, adapt to individual circumstances if necessary, and used as a basis for the recruitment, succession planning, assessment, and remuneration. Many regulations in big countries have been advised to recommend job details for the president of board and all members of the central committee. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.